Okay, audio is recording first. 3, 2, 1. All right, what's up, guys?
How's it going?
We're back. We are back again.
It's me.
Two of the same players are back in this room. Me and Lane are still playing.
Yep.
We are sitting here with Mr. Ian Delap, or
Welcome,
Mr.
man.
Ian Delap, or Mr. Ian Dunlop, or Dunlap, or how many variations of your last name are there?
Well, you were right the first time.
Well, I know, but I've heard. So I don't know how many.
Don't forget
other
how many times people destroy my first name too.
Do they really?
I'm Ivan a lot.
Has anyone ever called you Lan?
Yeah, I get Jan.
Jan?
If you, like the cursive I kind of looks like a
because it's
J.
the weird.
Yeah,
Whoa,
that's fair.
dude, what's
When I was growing up, my mom's handwriting especially made it look like a J. So like, I'd get like YMCA cards printed up as Jan Delap.
Oh man. Oh no.
I've just grown to accept it. It's okay.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I love you,
so
Mom.
Jan Delap is one of the founding members of the band that we're all currently in right now, which has gone through a huge. It's got a long history. Even with me, you know, I came in the game somewhat late to Good Morning Tonight, and I was in the band for 10 years, 11 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So
For those who don't know, our band is Presley Avenue, not Paisley Avenue. Everyone likes to call it Paisley Avenue
Really?
for whatever reason.
what is going on, people?
I haven't
Okay?
heard that.
What's going on with this fucking illiterate society we're growing up in here? Yeah, Presley Avenue. We are a what do we want to call it? Like, it's not like a reform of Good Morning Tonight, but it kind of is.
Kinda. I guess it's a reimagination of it.
Reimagination. It's the
It's similar in style, but it's not exactly the same. Good Morning Tonight had a lot more emphasis on the pop. I guess Presley Avenue is a little more emphasis on the punk, but we're still pretty poppy.
Yeah. And Lane is, for anyone that doesn't know, that hasn't seen anything, Lane is the singer for the band. Shout outs to Derek Hepner. What's up, buddy? Hope you're watching this. Hope everything's good down in Colorado. But yeah, so Lane's a singer. I'm on drums. We still have Ian and Steven, who's not here. Steve isn't present. He has darts tonight, right?
He has
That's what's
darts.
going on. It's wintertime, man. We're darters. Like
He's slinging them darts.
I think
Getting
Lane.
them 1080s.
I don't play darts.
Lane is, I think, the only one. Oh no, Alex. Alex doesn't play darts either. And Lewis. Nice. Good slurp, dude. Yeah, speaking of which, for any of my close friends, I am not sober October anymore. That's I haven't been since like I made it 13 days.
Hey, that's not bad.
Shout outs to Joe Rogan. I wouldn't have done it if he didn't do it.
Yeah.
We are drinking these local beers, Gruner Brothers. I got this Ben Light Pilsner, and I gotta tell you, it's goddamn refreshing.
You like it? Is it good? See, Ben Light was I think that's the one that they you know, like when somebody walks into the bar and they're like, you know, what do you like to drink? Well, I like Budweiser, Bud Light,
Yeah,
Coors Light.
they
Miller
don't like
Lite.
super heavy beers. They want something familiar. So
Yeah.
this is good that they accommodate those people.
It's cool, man. For anyone that hasn't been to Gruner Brothers Brewery, it's up at the old Petroleum Building by the Event Center. If you haven't been up there, I highly recommend going and checking it out. It is fucking cool. It's a really, really neat spot. They totally remodeled it and redesigned it, and they have a whole line of craft beers. I am drinking a Devilito, and Lane's drinking one too. And the reason they call it Devilito is because they are 8.3% alcohol.
Woo!
Yeah, they're fucking alcohol by volume, and they go down pretty fucking smooth.
It's almost sour. Like it's almost a sour alcohol. Taste.
You can taste it.
It's an acquired.
It's an 8% beer for sure.
You're
you know,
kind of
like,
cringing when you're saying that.
Speaking of heavy beers,
I've had worse.
Have either of you guys had the PBR Dark or whatever it's called?
I haven't
extra. Is that what it's called?
I haven't been able to find it yet.
They have it at 2nd Street. I brought it over that one of those times for practice.
2nd Street.
Where is it tonight?
Yeah, bro, you didn't.
You knew I wanted
I have
it.
49 cents in my bank account.
Yeah,
I got $3. So
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. I would think out of us three, Lane's probably the last one that would be able to accommodate something like that.
There is that new that PBR coffee that's coming out there. Have you heard of that?
That was another one that I was looking at too, and
I really want to try that one.
They're serving it in like the brown cans or whatever. Yeah,
they did like a 10 or 12 state test to see if it like around the country to see if it would sell, and I guess it did pretty well. But
have you guys had the
PBR
PBR Easy?
PBR Easy. Is that like a lighter version?
Kinda. Like it comes in a blue can. They call it PBR
what?
Easy, but it's like
Is it water?
it's like PBR Light. Honestly, it doesn't taste all that different. It just has less calories.
The PBR
Not like
heavy,
I'm counting them, but
right.
Did I see you drinking PBR Light or PBR Easy once? I thought you had it at one point.
Yeah, you had it on a Marco.
I did. I think I
one
sent
time.
it on a Marco Polo a
Yeah.
few times.
Okay.
The
yeah.
blue and yellow can.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Looks
I
like
honestly bought it just because it looked different and I thought it looked neat. Just
Yeah.
PBR Easy.
The PBR heavy isn't bad. It's you can taste the alcohol, but it doesn't taste much different than a regular
Yeah.
PBR either.
What are those ones like 6 point something percent
Yeah, it's
or
like
something like that?
6.2
And
or
a
something.
normal one's like almost 5.
Five,
So
yeah.
is it 5? 5 1
I
something like
think,
that. So
PBR is my go-to. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was born and raised on the
Yep.
PBR.
PBR
kinda, I
is
guess.
I don't know, man, and it's weird because like as you know, younger kids, we're not really that young anymore, but like when you go to a bar, and
True.
you know, there's like an older dude at the bar, you know, like an older lady or older couple, whatever, at the bar. If they hear you, it's almost every time, like it's almost guaranteed it happens every time. If they hear you order a PBR, you always get this reaction like, oh, PBR, huh? They're still making PBRs, and it's like. Yeah, they're like one of the leading beer
Like
sellers.
hipsters almost ruined them a few years ago.
Yeah.
Did they?
Because if you'd travel out of state, like you'd go to Colorado or Oregon, Washington, like you go to a bar, typically you're expecting to pay $2-3 for a PBR, right?
Yeah.
Hipsters like put that shit in so much demand, like, you know, PBRs were like $5-6 for a tall boy, like some bars.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Fucking
remember.
hipsters always ruining everything.
And what was the thing with didn't PBR, weren't they like in a lawsuit or something a while back?
That got scary because
They almost pulled it, didn't they?
Well, they have a brewing contract. Like they're separately owned, but they're technically brewed, I think, by like Miller Corporation.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they're coming to the end of their contract, and apparently them renewing their contracts, like they were not seeing eye to eye, and Miller was about ready to say, "Get fucked. We're not going to brew your shit anymore. PBR won't exist."
They're brewed by Miller.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa, like the same company that makes Miller Lite?
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
company
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
PBR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The company.
They brew it for them. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel
the
about
company Pabst is owned by Russia now.
Whoa.
But
Which
it's
is a bummer.
brewed- Yeah, but it's brewed by Miller Corp.
Huh.
Yeah.
And that's
Milwaukee.
isn't
It's Algonquin for the good land.
Millie isn't is Miller Lite brewed in Colorado?
Nope, that's Milwaukee.
Straight up? I was wondering. Okay, you said I wasn't sure where you were going with
I was
that,
making a Wayne's World reference.
Fuck,
That movie's 30 years old, so
I think I've seen Wayne's World.
some of you
one-
might get that.
I think
One
I've seen Wayne's
time?
World one
No.
time. I think I've seen it one time.
It's a
Yeah,
classic.
like all the way through.
Yeah,
I've
that was a
seen,
pretty big movie when I was growing up.
I've seen bits and pieces of it, but yeah,
I remember growing up trying to figure out why my parents were headbanging to Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, that's
Because
an
it's
iconic
not
scene,
it's
man.
not an overly heavy song, but
No,
that one part.
just the one part.
And
yeah,
that's why.
Yeah.
Supposedly, I actually read somewhere that the director of that movie had them do that, and that was the first time that like headbanging was put into the mainstream.
Really?
as,
Like
a
the first
thing,
time
yeah.
that someone was like, "Oh, we're gonna fucking headbang."
But
Well,
I never
like-
got headbanging. Like that shit just makes me like dizzy and
It
kind
just
of like
hurts my head tomorrow.
my neck is.
Yeah. Well, and Colton Spudley had this really funny term for it the next morning. It was called a bangover.
Oh yeah, bangover. That's right. That's
That's a
right.
good word for it.
Yeah.
Because I guess I like rock my head a lot when we're on stage. A lot of head movement,
yeah.
and I always feel it in my neck the next
Yep.
day.
Yep.
No
Headbang.
matter
like
how many
2 days.
stretches I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, and that's fuck. You know, play as a drummer, you fucking know, dude. If you don't do like some serious neck rolls and shit before you get on stage, and you get up and you get it.
Yep.
Like, oh man, there have been some days where I've woken up the next day after we went hard the night before, in Good Morning Tonight. Fuck, man, and I woke up the next day and it felt like, I don't know, man. It
Like someone just like kicked your
it
ass with
felt
a bat. Like
yeah, it felt broken, dude. I thought my fucking neck was broken, dude. Like you wake up and you can't even turn to the, you just like have to do the Bigfoot.
Turn your whole
you know, like-
torso.
yeah,
Yeah.
like give people weird fucking looks as you walk by them and shit. Yeah, dude, it's oh man.
my wife consistently makes fun of me
My
for that
wife.
because
My wife.
Shout outs, Kaylee. How's it going?
there's every single time we're going to practice or we got shows, like she was make sure and do your stretches. Like, 'cause I'm like, I do. I'm like, but
Oh.
she's the one who hears all the complaining the next day. Oh, man,
Oh,
I'm so
so
sore.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah. I can't fucking do this. I can't
Yeah.
walk. Oh man, and then tying that in with copious amounts of beer and alcohol during the night too. That doesn't
Because
that doesn't
beer
help.
is not alcohol.
Fuck no, beer is not
its
alcohol.
own-
Well, unless you're drinking Devilito,
There you go.
then it's basically alcohol. Shit.
No, and that's what's funny is like learning how to be a lead singer in Presley Avenue. Like I'm figuring out my stage presence and stuff, and like I'm having to reteach myself to not headbang and use my whole torso. Because the next morning I'll wake up like in like a neck brace.
Yeah.
Like I can't move.
A lot of times we play really small stages, so like we're all kind of compact. So like doing that kind of movement's really all I got.
Yeah, just super super quick, and hopefully you're not hitting anybody else while you're trying to look cool on stage.
Which then it always like shoots the sweat down my face, which gets in my eye, and I'm sitting there singing, pretending like all the hair gel is not burning the shit out of my eye.
I've seriously considered just getting like a bunch of like cheap like basketball headbands and just wearing them.
I used to rock those all the time.
Yeah, we did that actually.
It's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea, but looking back on them photos, it was not.
Hey man, I'd rather be comfortable on stage than look
like
cool.
2007. Ian was definitely a MySpace kid. Like just
he was. Oh man, had the
neon green.
I had the swooped hair and I
had the bangs coming out of it and
like,
shit.
Just,
Yeah, like straight up, dude.
I'm not gonna lie, I just didn't throw that headband down. Like I crafted that shit in the mirror for a minute. Like
oh yeah, it was straight. Like when the hair came out of the end of it, it was like that. You know, they have to be lined up right, and it's got. Oh, dude,
I put a lot of effort into making
kid,
it
man.
look like
you
I
made
didn't
it work.
care.
You fucking made it work, dude. We did a lot of dumb shit in Good Morning Tonight.
Yeah.
We did a lot of dumb shit in that band.
Facebook is consistently pumping out memories of, this is what you did in this time. And like,
isn't it?
Good God, like 60 pounds ago. And like, who the hell is this kid?
That's always the worst, dude.
I don't even recognize myself in a lot of that stuff.
Having to look back on it and go, fuck, dude, that was like 20 pounds ago, man. Damn it. What happened?
Yeah, sweet hemp necklace, Ian. Just that you never took off. Like,
oh, the fucking hemp necklaces, man. Oh,
that was a thing, man.
Do you remember, like, we used to make those, like, all the fucking time.
Like,
We'd
there's
make,
some, like,
triple
I'd
color
wear it until
fucking...
it fell off my body. I never took it off.
Oh,
Showered
yeah,
with it, slept in it.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I had to
dude.
wear that shit for years.
You had and you had to wear it in the shower because that's how you got all the fucking scratchiness off of it. Because when you first made them and you'd put them on, dude, your neck was, you had a red ring around your neck for like a week and a half while the grease and shit like laid into it.
Oh, yeah.
But then after all the grease and shit was laid into it, and it was fucking like you could see all the brown spots and stuff on the edges where it was all soft, dude. Kind of disgusting.
Oh, they were gross, man.
Fucking, I remember like you take it off and it's just like a slime rope. Like it's just like a grease rope, dude. Like it's we loved it, because it was like that's my fucking hemp, dude. That's my thing.
Yeah,
Like that's what you did, man. And it got so crazy. I remember you'd know certain girls or whatever at school that were like, this girl, if you need hemp tied, you talk to her because this girl can work you up something sick. They did shit with hemp that I mean, I could do the spiral tie and the square tie, which was like a box tie or whatever.
I never even really attempted that shit. Just I'd find people to make that shit for me.
I could do the square, but I could never do the spiral.
And the deal always was like if you buy them the colors, they'll make you the rope.
Yep.
Which was cool. Yeah. And then I eventually learned how to do it myself. And I remember the first one that I made because they teach you to like put a nail in the desk and then put the knot on that and then tie it down from there so you can pull on it and like. Dude, after I think my first one took me, man, I don't even know. It took me hours because I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
Right.
And my fingers, like the grooves of my index fingers from pulling it every time and turning it and then pulling it and turning it, dude, they were like indented for days after my first necklace. But I was so fucking proud.
Oh yeah.
I was like, man, my first fucking necklace.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I just remember like mine always like I started small, then by the end of like the fad that I was into, like. My fucking hemps, they just got so damn big,
they
dude.
Were like dog collars, dude.
Wearing like a fucking hemp turtleneck. Like, looking back at those photos, just, damn.
Dude,
you were stoked on that, dude.
They fucking, yeah, man. I remember, one of my last hemp necklaces I ever remember wearing, which, again, like you said, you'd wear them for years. So it might have been the only hemp necklace I ever wore. I don't know. But it was fucking massive, dude. Like, my dog could wear that shit, no problem, and be just fine. Like, it was thick. Because they have the different grades of hemp at the store, That was always fun going in there like, oh, okay, what colors am I gonna fucking get? Oh, they have black? What? God. Fucking black hemp, dude? Now I can be quintessential emo high school 2000s kid. Like,
oh yeah, I rocked that 2000 look hard.
The big one I made, it was
thanks
like,
a lot, Blink-182.
Yeah, Tom, you dick.
It was like that wide, and I was going and tying and going, and I got carried away, and it ended up being like
way too long.
Yeah. And